Hey guys, I'm back for yet another collective thrift haul. I think this one is the fourth one I've done this year. And as per usual, this is just kind of a collection of all the things I've thrifted, not necessarily from my thrift with me videos, but just little things I've picked up here and there when I'm just popping in the thrift store. Or in this case, some vintage markets. I did go to the Toronto Vintage Clothing Show last month, so there's some really good pieces in here that I'm gonna share. I know some of you guys like these videos even better than my thrift with me's, and I think on the last video someone commented that it was the best thrift haul they've ever seen. So I think this one's pretty darn good as well, so stay tuned because we have some really good pieces, a lot of kind of fall stuff, and a lot of stuff that I'm actually going to be styling in next week's video where I'm doing a little fall Pinterest outfits video. So this is gonna kind of give you a little sneak peek of that. But before we get too far into the haul, I don't know if you guys noticed that my nails are done today, all thanks to Nail Reserve, who kindly gifted some of their products for me to test out. I don't know about you guys, but I only paint my nails once in a while because basically what happens is I spend all this time painting them, and then they literally chip within like 5 seconds. As soon as you touch something, you wash the dishes, like they just start chipping. It's like, what is the point? But thanks to Nail Reserve, they did actually send me their gel nail kit, which included the mini UV lamp. Like this just folds up and stores so easily, and they sent me 7 of their gel polishes to try. I chose a bunch of super fall kind of colors, and the one I decided to test out first is this one. It is called Tarot Card, and this is literally the color I paint my nails like every fall. It's my favorite, kind of like a burgundy color. It was super easy to do. You just start off with the base coat and then add your couple layers of color and then finish it off with the top coat, making sure to cure under the UV lamp in between. And the gel nail polish has been such a game changer because you don't have to wait for it to like dry or like accidentally touch something and then it leaves like a print or a scratch and then it just like completely ruins all your hard work. With the UV light, it cures it immediately, so it hardens it and like you're good to go. Like I was able to just like get back into it typing on my computer and it was totally fine. So I literally cannot wait to try all of the colors they sent me. I really appreciate too that they are a 9-free formula, meaning they're just free of common chemicals that are usually in nail polish. They're also vegan and cruelty free, and they have pretty minimal and recyclable packaging, so they do kind of keep sustainability in mind. So if you're tired of using regular nail polishes and you want to try gels, then you can actually go ahead, click the link in my description, and you'll actually get 50% off 2 products of your choice. So sounds like a pretty good deal to me if you're in the market. This is actually going to get me to paint my nails like every single month, so I'm so excited. So we're gonna get into the haul. I usually go in order of like the order that I purchased everything. So the first thing I have, I actually bought like so long ago, I kind of forgot about it. And it's not necessarily a fall item, but I promise you guys it's gonna like progressively get more and more fall. But it is this top. This is just this little green striped halter top. It's got these kind of like red and navy stripes throughout. It kind of reminds me of like a candy stripe. And this is obviously super summery. I actually kind of just picked this up randomly. I was at the Value Village and I had to do an exchange because of course you cannot do returns at Value Village. So I had to pick something out. And this was just kind of like sticking out on the end of an aisle. Someone clearly had tried it on and left it there. It was fairly cheap, like no more than $5. And it is vintage from the brand Coutura, made in USA, so of course you guys know immediately I was intrigued by that. So I took it home, tried it on, and honestly I think I like it so much more than I thought I was going to. By the end of the summer I had actually gotten like quite a bit of wear out of it, and it's just really nice. Like I don't have any other halter tops in my collection, so it kind of just like switches it up from my typical tank tops, you know? So this was like a little fun, surprising piece, and I absolutely love that it's vintage, of course. The next item I have was a little bit more of a basic, but definitely an elevated basic, I would say, and it is this top. This is just this classic long sleeve white blouse, but what's super unique about it is it actually has a zipper closure in the front rather than your typical buttons, and it has these really cool seam details on the front kind of just giving like a little bit more shape and structure to the whole piece, which also just kind of comes down in almost a V shape. So I had personally just been on the lookout for a plain white blouse just for like styling, layering purposes. It was definitely something that was missing in my wardrobe. So when I saw this one, I just thought this was so unique and elevated compared to just a typical button-up blouse. I think it was only about $4, so amazing deal. And this one is from the brand Pooley. It doesn't say where it's made, but it's definitely vintage, probably like late 90s, early 2000s. So yeah, this was just a great little basic find and is gonna be perfect for layering with my fall outfits that you guys are gonna see next week. Okay, now we're getting into some good stuff. And I can't believe the next item I almost didn't buy. I don't know what I was thinking. They are these boots. If you guys aren't aware, these kind of like tall riding style boots have been super popular. Basically, the key to these is that you have a very, very minimal heel, no platform. It's like a very flat kind of shoe, and the leg is a lot wider than your typical boot. So when you're wearing it, it's not like super tight fitting. The most popular one obviously going around right now are the Fry boots. Obviously those are super rare, hard to come by. But when I saw these in my thrift store, I thought they had potential. When I tried them on in the store, it was kind of difficult to see the vision just because I was wearing like long pants and I had to roll them up to see. But I did decide to take them home, and I'm so happy I did because they are literally like the perfect boot. It's that exact silhouette I was looking for, and I absolutely love that these are in black. Even though I kind of had my eye on maybe some brown ones, black is definitely a lot more classic and gonna be a lot easier for me to style. And these ones are actually vintage, made in Canada, genuine leather. They're actually from a brand called College, which I'd never seen before, but I actually saw a lot of similar boots on Poshmark from the same brand. So if you're kind of looking for a similar kind of boot, definitely check that out because the quality is actually really nice and a lot more affordable compared to some of like the more known brand boots. These were priced at $25, which for shoes in general is a little pricey, but honestly, some of the shoes I've seen in my thrift store are like $100. Like I feel like this is the cheaper end of boots, so I feel really lucky that these were priced, you know, pretty good. And I'm super excited because, one second, obviously these are not the Fry boots, but I have a little DIY in the works that I think is going to turn out so good. So that's a little sneak peek for you guys. I think I'm going to make a whole tutorial video on it. So let me know if you guys want to see that. I swear in every single collective thrift haul, I've been like, I can't believe I have more shoes to show you. And we're continuing that theme with this video because I just showed you those boots and that is not the only pair of shoes that I have. I don't know, something about the thrift store near me just has the best shoes that I cannot resist. And the second pair of shoes that I thrifted are these babies. These are the Doc Marten Voss sandals in all black. They've got, you know, that chunky classic Doc Marten sandal platform with the leather straps, and I absolutely love these. Usually my thrift store prices Doc Martens quite high because they recognize the brand name, but I think because these are the all black ones, they didn't realize they were Docs, and I got these for only $7. Crazy. And they're in my exact size, and you guys have no idea how happy I was to find these because I actually already have a pair of Doc sandals. They are these ones. These are the Blair ones. I wanted them so bad, and I actually ended up buying these brand new a few years ago, but I made a critical error when I bought them. I read the reviews a little bit too much in depth, and everyone in the comments was saying, get a half size down, like they're way too big, you need to get a half size down. And unfortunately I listened, which I shouldn't have because these have just always been too small for me. I think generally the Blair shoes are just known to give people blisters. Like I've seen other people say they have never been able to break these in. So the fact that I got it a half size smaller too was not helping the situation. So as much as I love these shoes, anytime I've put them on, I have had to like mentally prepare for a day of pain. I've either had to put like socks with like additional band-aids. It's just terrible. So the fact that I can just walk out of the house wearing these and be so comfortable is so game changing for me, and I'm so happy that I found these and I finally have a Doc Marten sandal that I can actually wear. As for the Blairs, like I'm debating, should I try selling them? Like I still really like them. I love like the classic yellow stitching, although I do enjoy how the Vosses are a little more subtle with the black stitching, but I don't know, for now, I guess I'm just gonna hang on to both of them. Moving on, next up we have an interesting one. This haul's truly like a mix of a little bit of everything. And the next item I actually picked up off Poshmark, which I usually do not do a lot of online shopping, even like online thrift shopping, but I couldn't resist this one. I love kind of like pop punk alternative music, and specifically I love the band Weezer. I recently went to one of their concerts, and afterwards I was like, I really want some merch, but I'm not willing to drop like $60 on a shirt. And of course, I like everything in my wardrobe to be vintage. So when I found this one on Poshmark, I couldn't resist. This is just this little black baby tee with Weezer spelt out on the front in this like shiny gold graphic. The material is so soft, like it just has that vintagey soft Y2K baby tee kind of feel, which is great. And this one is truly vintage. It's from the brand Giant, and it's actually made in USA. When I spoke to the lady who was selling it on Poshmark, she said she actually picked it up from one of their shows in the early 2000s, so definitely tracks. And I just think this is so awesome that I have my own little vintage piece of merch. So if you guys are ever looking for concert merch, definitely check out secondhand online shops, because you know there's a ton of them there, and usually they're not too expensive. This one I think was listed for $40, which is a little pricey. I think I offered her 30, and then because I did have some Posh credit, I only ended up paying like $16 after shipping and everything, so totally worth it. Also, thank you to anyone who has signed up to Poshmark with my code, because you basically contributed to me getting this shirt, so thank you. This next item is something I just kind of randomly saw in the thrift store and just had to take home, and it is this sweater. This is just this beautiful knit navy blue sweater with tons of graphics on the front. We have these two like schnauzer kind of dogs right on the front with all these like star graphics scattered throughout. We also have this like checkerboard trim on like the neckline, the sleeves, and the hem. And then on the bottom, it actually just says sweet dog. Like, so adorable. Are you kidding me? The dogs even have like a sparkly little silver kind of thread in there too, which is so fun. I just thought this was adorable, and when I saw it I was like, that is definitely giving like fast fashion vibes. I don't know, something about it. I was like, it was a little too good. But then I looked at the tag. It's from the brand Splendor, and it's actually made in Canada, which I couldn't believe. So as soon as I saw that vintage tag, it basically sealed the deal for me, and I took it home. I can't remember how much it was, probably around like $7. Honestly, Lord knows I do not need any more sweaters, but you know, it was just starting to turn fall. Like, I was looking through the sweater section, and honestly I'm really glad that I did end up getting it, and you guys are gonna see how I style it in my next outfit video, so stay tuned for that. The next item I also picked up from my local thrift, and it's kind of in the process of a little DIY moment, but I'll show it to you guys anyways, because when I saw it in the thrift store I just thought, oh my god, like this is such a Pinterest dream dress. And it is this dress right here. This is just this beautiful blue gingham print dress. We've got like a straight across neckline, and then this super unique like drop flared waist. I especially love all the details on this. So you have this like little lace trim here, same with here under the bust. It's just giving like Pinterest picnic dream. Honestly, even when I was carrying it in the store, I saw this other girl kind of like eyeing it, so that's how you know you found something good. There are a few things with this dress I don't like. For one, it's a halter. For two, it came with a bunch of these ruffles in the front, which I am in the process of kind of removing. So I am making like a whole little TikTok kind of thrift flip, so you guys should totally follow me on TikTok to see the full transformation of this dress, because I think those two little things are really gonna make a big difference. But it was just a beautiful dress. Once again, I probably don't need any more dresses, but come on, like this you don't normally find at the thrift store. I had to get it. And oh, the tag is still on it. It was only $7.99, so honestly, not bad. And then lastly, we are getting into the finale, the last little thrift trip you could say I did, which was at the Toronto Vintage Clothing Show. This is like this massive vintage clothing event that they host, I think, every spring and fall in Toronto. And I always love to go. Honestly, I usually don't buy anything. Like last time I went, I spent like 5 hours and didn't buy a single thing, which is like so typical me. But this time I actually came out with 2 pieces that I'm really excited about. I actually ended up going on the second day, and there was this one booth that had some really good deals. Oh, I wish I could remember the name of it, but I'll put it on the screen. But the first thing I picked up was this little skirt. This is just this green like micro plaid print mini skirt. It's very high-waisted, and then it just has some really nice pleating on the front with a nice elastic waistband. I immediately fell in love with the colors of this skirt. Like, this totally fits my whole color palette. What I really liked about it is the micro plaid print. Like, I have other plaid skirts like in my collection, but they just feel a little bit much. Like, I feel like this one is so much more casual and easier to style, which once again, you will see how I style it next week. And when I tried it on, it fit me perfectly, so I decided to get it. This is actually from the brand New Moves, and it's made in USA. So, such a good quality piece. Cannot wait to wear it this fall. I think this was only $25, which obviously it's a little more expensive than like the thrift store, but really good price for the vintage clothing show. So then from that same vendor, this is actually the first piece I found that really made me buy like both of the pieces, because I couldn't believe it was only $17. And it is this adorable dress. This is just this blue kind of like lighter wash denim mini dress in this pinafore style. So we've got kind of like the overall style button closures on the straps, and then these big patch pockets on the front. Basically like a classic overall dress. And I've come across a lot of these over the years. I've thrifted these, I've sold these, but something about this one is so good. It just like fit me so perfectly. Sometimes these can fit a little too oversized, but I don't know, this one was just perfect. I absolutely love the branding. This is from the brand Outlaw, once again made in USA, and I love how they stuck that little red patch right on the pocket there. Like, that sold me. Once again, gonna be styling this in my next video, but I've actually already worn this out, and I just think it is so perfect and so adorable, and I absolutely needed it in my wardrobe. So that is basically everything I've kind of thrifted, I've collected over the last couple of months. Of course, I always like to hear which pieces were your guys' favorite from this haul. I honestly, okay, if I had to choose one, it's probably the boots, just because I feel like this is such a hard find these days, and I've already worn them so much. But yeah, you guys let me know. Like I said, stay tuned for my fall Pinterest outfits videos that I've already filmed. That's gonna come out next week. I did take some of your guys' suggestions that you left me from the last video, so super excited for you guys to see that. And of course, check out Nail Reserve if you're in the market for some nail polish, some gel nail polish. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week.